Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel Let's Be Healthy. I'm Dr. Anil and today we are going to discuss about obesity. Being a medical professional, I have the privilege of working with a group of individuals who often find themselves subjected to one of the last widely accepted prejudices in our society, being overweight. By the time they reach out to me for assistance, they have already endured a multitude of challenges, shame, guilt, blame, and outright discrimination. Many, including those in the healthcare profession, often attribute their struggles with weight to personal shortcomings. There is a prevailing belief that if these individuals exerted more control over their eating habits, they wouldn't be facing this issue. However, this assumption couldn't be further from the truth. The real culprit, if any, lies not within themselves but within the flawed guidance they have received. It's high time we dispel this misconception and address the underlying factors contributing to obesity. Obesity is not merely a matter of lacking willpower or discipline. It's a complex physiological condition influenced by a myriad of factors, including genetics, environment, and lifestyles. One of the key players in this intricate web of causation is insulin, a hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. In the majority of cases, individuals struggling with obesity also exhibit insulin resistance, a condition where our body cells become less responsive to the effects of insulin. This resistance disrupts the normal process of glucose uptake into cells, leading to elevated blood sugar levels. But what exactly does insulin resistance entail? Simply put, it's a state where the body cells are less able to respond to insulin signals, resulting in reduced glucose uptake. To compensate for this impaired function, the body ramps up insulin production, leading to elevated levels of the hormone in the bloodstream. Initially, this compensatory mechanism may help maintain normal blood sugar, but over the time it becomes unsustainable, eventually leading to the development of type 2 diabetes. It's essential to recognize that insulin resistance isn't confined to individuals diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes. Surprisingly, a significant portion of the population, including those with a normal weight, may exhibit signs of insulin resistance. This underscores the far-reaching implication of this condition and the urgent need of a comprehensive approach to address it. The consequences of insulin resistance extend beyond its role in diabetes development. Elevated insulin levels not only promote fat storage but also increases the hunger, a double whammy that exacerbates the challenges faced by individuals struggling with obesity and related metabolic disorders. However, what if we could address the root cause of insulin resistance by modifying our dietary habits? Let's examine the impact of different macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, fats on glucose and the insulin levels. Carbohydrate, especially refined ones, tend to cause a rapid spike in both glucose and insulin levels. In contrast, protein have a more moderate effect while fats have minimal effect on glucose and insulin dynamics. Let's consider the typical Americanized Chinese meal, an indulgence that often leaves us feeling hungry shortly after consumption. Why does this happen? Because the high carbohydrate content of such meals leads to a rapid increase in the glucose and insulin levels, triggering hunger and promoting the fat storage. This phenomena is particularly problematic for individuals already grappling with the insulin resistance, as heightened insulin levels exacerbate their constant hunger. Given these insights, it's imperative to reconsider our dietary recommendations, especially for individuals managing type 2 diabetes. Conventional advice often advocates for a significant portion of daily calories to come from carbohydrate, a practice that contradicts the very mechanism underlying the insulin resistance. Instead of perpetuating this cycle, we should prioritize reducing the carbohydrate intake, a move that aligns with addressing the underlying carbohydrate toxicity driving type 2 diabetes. Low-carb interventions have demonstrated remarkable efficacy in improving our metabolic health, often surpassing conventional approaches in both effectiveness and cost-effectiveness. By embracing dietary strategies that prioritize real whole foods and restrict carbohydrate, we can reclaim control over our health and combat this pervasive threat of metabolic diseases. Yet, despite this compelling evidence supporting the low-carb interventions, their adoption remains limited. Two primary barriers hinder their widespread acceptance: intense paradigms and vested interest. Decades of ingrained belief in the low-fat dogma have obscured the merits of carbohydrate restriction, while the pervasive influence of the pharmaceutical and food industries perpetuates the status quo, impeding meaningful change. However, the solution to the diabetes epidemic is glaringly evident: prioritize nutrition over the medication and address the root cause, excessive carbohydrate consumption. By embracing these dietary strategies that prioritize real whole foods and restricting the carbohydrate, we can reclaim control over our health and combat the pervasive threat of metabolic diseases. It's time to heed to the wisdom of antiquity and reclaim our health through mindful dietary choices.